Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Woodville here in Cities Skylines, where last episode, guys, we added in more cul-de-sacs than we have ever seen before. We should rename this from Woodville to Cul-de-Sacville. But I will say this though, the residential areas, they do look pretty good. We also added a little bit more expansions to the industrial area, and we added in our first two unique factories, which one of them I kind of have to get rid of because I didn't realize it requires plastic too. But it's been a lot of fun, we're making a lot of money, and we're going to continue those expansions today. So guys, if you are enjoying Woodville, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you are new around here, then make sure you do subscribe so you're notified when that next episode does come out. But today, we're going to finally take a look at implementing our cargo ship dock terminal thing. I forgot what it's called. Cargo terminal? Cargo harbor, that's what it's called. Oh, wow. How many hours have I played this game? Too many, and I can't remember what stuff's called. Jeez, boys, jeez. But anyway, guys, we are back. So, doing wonders right now. Apparently I missed one of the cul-de-sac upgrades in the last episode, and I can't remember which one it was. Can I spot it right now? Am I able to? Because it triggered somebody that I completely missed it, and now I can't find where it was. Aha! Ah, these two here. There we go. So that one person who was so triggered that I forgot these two cul-de-sacs right now. There you go. That was just for you. Anyway, guys, here we go right now. So, first things first. This is the new unit factory we got in, the furniture factory, and I implemented this one in as well. And I kind of didn't realize it also needs plastic, so we're gonna get rid of it for now. I don't know if we'll ever have plastic in, but it is what it is. I want to implement that little quick shortcut road as well, but most importantly, the cargo harbor. Now, I want to implement it around here somewhere. We also have the ability to extend on this train line as well, but I think I want to try and incorporate a train line passing through and over, so I want to kind of do some changes to how this bridge goes across as well. Lots of different changes coming up, so we'll see how it rock and rolls. Now, the reason I want it over here is because, one, we got some industrial area over here which can export very easily. It's good for the woodland area, but they can just throw the stuff on the train and they can get it out that way. It's another way to kind of ship the goods, so we're expanding our our export reach, if that makes sense. And eventually we can have more kind of industrial kind of around the seafront too, so it just makes sense to have a cargo harbor in. So we'll see how it goes. So let's take a look at how much it's going to cost us then. So let's go to boats or shipping. Now the shipping line does come in, they go around, so that's going to be quite handy for us. I'm going to go for the cargo hub because obviously it contains a train line. Now the question is, where about do I go? Down here, up here? I feel like I want it around about here somewhere, which would be quite good. So let's first take a look at extending this road. So where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it, boys? There it is. Right, okay. So what we want to do is make this road kind of come along down and kind of go through. But I want it, the point where we put the cargo hub, I want the road to be kind of a little bit away from it. So it gives us that little bit of room for the traffic to maneuver through. Now, if I run or use this road here parallel, so let me just kind of use this dirt road as a way to kind of create some order. So I know that this is going to be the parallel road section. Let me just delete this real quick. So I think, where does it then kind of go? Does it go straight for a bit there? No, it's always bending, isn't it? Okay, so that's going to be a little bit more difficult for me. But if I come out to there, and if I can try and create a bend to connect to this bit. So if I stick that out there, stick that out there, that's where the bend's going to happen. And then where would that end? So that actually comes over. So we can pretty much go straight to a certain extent down there as well. So I'm just kind of getting my my ideas in my head of where I want the road. So we're going to have a straight section there. A smallish... Well, actually, we can make it a little bit longer, can't we? straight section there to play around with. The bend happens there, so that's where I'm going to upgrade that road to be that 4-lane road, if that makes sense. So let's set that up now then. I know it's kind of deleting some of these power lines, but I'll probably get rid of them, couldn't I, to be honest with you. So that's where it's going to happen. I know it's a little bit close to there, but that's where, you know, we're going to have a lot of traffic in this area with the industrial, the exports, so, and it is leading onto our downtown section too, so gotta have that infrastructure in place, boys. Gotta have it in place. Now, power. Do we really need all of this now? Some might say yes, others might say no, but if I delete that power lines, right, delete all these, and if I just connect it like that, it's still connected up to the whole section. Because it kind of goes around that way instead. So back into play mode then. All Gucci boys. And let's see where this now connects up. So the drawing happens at 17 versus... Okay, 17 by 17. Almost. Almost. Okay, we'll go with that. And this can actually run up a little bit further up, couldn't it? So where is that connection? If I bring it just to there, we'll see how it plays out. So 21 by 19. 19. Yeah, okay, we'll just go for the 21. Why not? And that runs along there. And then, because that road is so close to here, eventually that road's going to run out and then go in that direction. So it pans away from that. Or it might even come down and then connect up to this road at some point. But yeah, we got those big major roads very, very close by. But like I said, we're probably going to see a lot of traffic around this area. So it's nice to kind of have the capacity for it. And what I could do as well, so that is connected there. What's the length on these? There to there, 28. So by 14 is the middle point. So if I added that in there, I wonder what kind of connections can come from that. Or not. Or not do that type of road and then use these to kind of flow through to it instead. Yeah, that might be the better option. Yeah, we'll go for that instead. So that can remain straight and it kind of then peels away from the other side. Right. Let's finally get this in then. So the cargo hub, and I'll throw it in. So this is not going to be parallel with that. I like the idea of it being slightly edged off. And I think there is a good little option for it. Or should we kind of bend it a bit more? Now we'll go with that. We'll go here. That's a nice little section for it. Sweet, mate. And then we're going to have to get the rail connection all set up. I'm going to reclaim a little bit of land so we can kind of push it in a little bit closer. But it should be all good. Now, we want to first unhook that road. Right. And then we want to turn this into a one-way road. So we'll go for the, should we go for the one with trees? Kind of spruce up the area a little bit, maybe. How do we feel about that? I'm trying to add a little bit of life to what would be normally a very depressing area. Yeah, it's the only type of one-way roads I can kind of swing with at the minute. And then if I... So I'm creating a one-way system that we can kind of link into. So what would be the best option? Bringing it to go further down to connect up. So it's quite a long distance, or do I create like a little central section where they drive around it? Right, let's stick out by another 10 there, by another 10 there. And then if I go a 5 by 5, 5 by 5. There we go. So we're creating that little bit of a like industrial loop that they can kind of drive around. And make sure this is all going the right way. There we go. Sweet, sweet, sweet. And then we'll filter in and we'll do it on a chunky road like this. So that is down to there by 42. So really we're looking at 21, which I think that might be the connection. And then what it allows us to do is use our lane manipulation, where that goes in that direction, that goes in that direction, that comes in that way, that goes in that way. We'll allow them to go straight over if they needs be. But what it allows us to do is then to use these roads where that goes that way, that goes that way, and then that goes straight on. And then this one comes in this way, this one goes in that way. So we're utilizing the 4 lanes, if that makes sense. So if they're coming from this way or that way, they come into this way, they take the different lanes, turn in, and after that point, they can do their merger a little bit later. So that's a way that we can try and reduce, like, you know, vehicle traffic heading over here. I know it's quite a weird design and it kind of stands out a little bit. But eventually when we build more up around this area, it should be okay. It should all slowly come together. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. So, water then. We'll bring this down to there, go straight across there to there, and then filter it out a bit more. So to there, and then push that up. Good stuff. It's going to need power, so we'll take the power directly from up here. And then that's pretty much good to go. It's just down to then me hooking up the rail network. Now, it will take a while before we start seeing ships enter. We might see a ship leave before we see one coming in. But I won't do any more road connections for now, because I just want to see what the initial traffic's going to be like. Now, we'll probably get a lot of traffic initially go there until I set up more rail connections leading to it. And then the traffic would hopefully then reduce. So first things first, let me go to the highways. Let me find that normal highway road. Where is it? Where is it? That's a 4-lane highway. 2-lane. Where's like the normal 3-laner? It's not that one. Because if I upgrade, let me anarchy it. Oh no, okay, maybe it is that one. Oh dear God. Right. Elevate all this to there. And I'll elevate that to there, to there, to there. Right. So what I want to do is, that looks a bit funky there, doesn't it? Is I want to select this little section here. And I want to raise it up a little bit more. So it'll look a bit funky to begin with. But again, just bear with me. Bear with me. No trees, no buildings. Does that then equate to... No, it doesn't equate to... Oh, no, I haven't got buildings on. Nope. Also, what is it picking up there? I'm not too sure. I don't want the power lines to be picked up, which is... power lines there. There we go. So push that to there. So basically what I want to do here then is slope the objects so they go up a little bit more natural. And then that should be a big enough gap under here. If not, we'll play around with it to kind of bring a train track underneath. So let me just sort this out as well real quick. Slope the object. I'm not sure why these are sticking out as well. Right, let's select all these 4 real quick. And can we make them go down? There we go. Bit weird. A bit weird. But let me see if a train track goes underneath, because that is ultimately where we want the train line to pass through. I could make it go over, but I think it would be better to kind of pass under. So if I pick it there. So let me just do that for now. That looks like it's more than enough room, doesn't it? Yeah, that looks like it's more than enough room. So I'm just going to reclaim a little bit of the kind of river line here. Run the train track along, and it goes and connects up to there. That's kind of what we want it to do. Now, it looks like we might have our first vehicle. Actually, that could be the workers heading over it. It's not like an export vehicle. So that's good then. Right, sweet, sweet, sweet. So, time to reclaim a little bit of land. So first things first, then we're going to reclaim so much up to here that it kind of feels like that runs right into it. And I think we're going to throw in a little key wall as well to kind of help things slightly. But stick this out up to here. And then push, do like a wide berth so we kind of get like a little bit more on the go with it. Now I'm probably going to cause some flooding with this. And it's going to look a little bit funky, but it's what allows me then to get the train line all pushed up and connected. Push that over a bit as well. Right, good stuff. So, if I follow this line down right, and if I went to there and to there, I'll sort out that it's like a little bit higher and whatnot. But my main concern is first... Oh, we got to do this side as well. I've pass a train line underneath. So that becomes a 10 by 10. Slight little bend there. Oh, it's going to be so good watching trains chug along the shoreline. Leading down to here. I think as well... Let me delete that. And bring that down a tad. What kind? Can I do any kind of bend? It's quite close by, isn't it? But that would work. That would work. I wonder if I can upgrade that to touch the floor. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And eventually, when we key wall it all off, it should fit in quite nice. So what if I brought that slightly up a bit so the terrain sticks to it? Yeah, it should be okay. We should be. So we just got to slightly elevate this a bit more now, really, haven't we? So there's a point there. It's just going to look a little bit weird, isn't it? Is that high enough? Let me select this point. It almost looks like one of the, you know, like the Tower Bridge in London that like kind of raised, like it kind of opens to let boats pass through. That's kind of like what we've got going on here. It kind of looks like it should be like that, even though it's not. But it's not big enough, that gap. Right, I've actually got an idea to what I could do. I could, if I delete this, right, this is going to cause some issues now. Right, I'll pause it while I do it. Delete that as well. So I can make the bridge rise over that, so that kind of becomes a bypass road, which is really good for this industrial area. It won't crisscross the traffic leading over there. Ooh, that changes, okay, that changes a lot of stuff right now. I'm liking that idea, Soniac. I'm liking that idea right now. So bring that to here, but we elevate it up to 10 at that point, and that just simply passes all the way over and then comes back down. So that should be high enough. Well, it could be high enough. We'll delete to there. So he gets to there by 10, but I'll bring it up to 15 there, straight over, and then back down there. Right, I'll play around with everything else in just a minute. But there we go. That's the perfect height there to kind of pass over. This will just quickly upgrade to there and to there. So then if I select... Well, I'm moving trees. I didn't mean to move a tree. If I select up to there, slope the angle, a bit more natural. Good stuff. And if I then just delete those power lines there to there... And I key them through for just a minute. Actually, no, we don't need to. I can... Yeah, I don't need to do that. If I just place this here. If I do that to there, I then no longer need these power lines. Glorious, mate. So back into play mode then. So basically then, the road elevates over, which one... reduces the traffic in a sense that, let me just quickly slope them. So what it basically does, right, it keeps a junction off this road. Now, I'm not saying that's going to be a busy road, but that road passes down to the export area, right? Now, to get over to here, we come off a different road network altogether. So hopefully it keeps this junction pretty free, bypasses traffic over to this section. We don't really have traffic as it is at the minute, but it is a Saturday, midday, so we'll see what happens. We'll have a little fast forward and see what happens right now. as well. And another thing as well, guys, I forgot to mention, I've turned off the day and night cycle because a lot of you guys, actually guys, last episode, if I meant to turn it off because it makes it a little bit easier to build during the night time. And a lot of you guys said, yo, Cyniac, get that off right now. I can't see a damn thing when you're building in the dark. So it's currently off. It's currently off. Right, let's reclaim a little bit of this edge. Right now, there we go. And let me take back a little bit of this. And we're going to bring that out a bit more. Oh, hang on. Hold on, hold on. All right, let me see where the bend can happen like there. And that will go straight to here. We'll delete it back a bit more to where we can get like a more natural curvature. So I bring that to there. Oh, that's okay. It's actually happened a little bit further back. There we go. So a slight little curvature there, which is all good. And that will pass. Oh, we actually got a ship here right now, boys. Nice. So I've still got to do stuff like trimming the edge here. I think it'd be better to kind of smoothen it, right? I wouldn't say so too much. But I've done a lot of playing around with it anyway, so it's going to be kind of funky no matter what. Really. Right, that's done then. Are we finally getting vehicles heading down? Good. Yeah, definitely are. Good stuff. Right, okay, let's get this connected up then, because I'm stalling so bad right now. I'm stalling so bad. Right, where are we getting this connected? So we do have a connection just here. Now, do we... What's the best method to do this? So we could set it up in a way where this comes down to here. You could maybe particularly go under. And then we do like a little connection off this way instead. So if I passed this going through. Actually, where would that kind of come up to? There. So let me just kind of create a bend here. Because I do have a slight idea what might be pretty good. So 4x4. There like that. If it will work, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. And then if we came off this and created a split that came off there to kind of bend it in. And then one that kind of flipped around, if that made sense. So I think we will create first this one. And then we'll hook this up to... Now this is all bending ground and it's all slightly elevated as well. So I don't really know how well this is going to play out. Alright, does it play out well or not? Kind of, but what if I then slightly elevated this a bit more? And then we pick that point, that point, that point, and that point, and then sloped it. So it's like a more natural incline. So it comes through there, hooks up, and goes down that way. Which only suits trains coming from this direction. So then, the reason I do then this one after that kind of bends around to swing that back down is because then vehicles coming from, or trains coming from this direction, which probably come from over here, don't have to trip up over the trains coming in that direction on the same junction. It happens way before and vice versa. That's my thought process on it anyway. So let me turn the Anarchy off there for a split second. And let's see. So if I bent that slightly there, and then I'd do a 6 by 6. That's not really a full. I don't know how wide these need to be. 11. Like in terms of a bend, like, can I make it as simple and as easy as doing maybe a car? Right, we'll sort out the elevation changes and whatnot. But really, I want that now to be... Right, we'll anarchy that. Right, seems quite dramatic, doesn't it? But hold on. You're about to go on a wild ride. So we then choose to select from this point to that point, there, 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 there. And then we'll choose that point there to be what slopes it on the way down. So I wonder if I can get away with... Oh yeah, that's good. Having that. As if we kind of carved the mountain to kind of feed into this. Which might... You know what? I might even do it... Or connect that up there to it. I like that idea. That's how we chose to do it. But then obviously at this point here... I get it's connected to there. So... The trains funnel round. It's a nice little junction. You might say it's a little bit over the top, but a little bit untraditional. You could have done it so much... It's such a better way. But it should do the job. My main point is, right, trains coming from this direction and that direction and need to head down to here and back, they do their turns before one another. Meaning that they don't trip over one another. There's no waiting. The waiting happens down here, a little bit further down. And I like the idea that we've kind of carved the mountainsides up. So I could then, you know, smoothen this a bit more. Kind of make it a little bit more natural. Come away from this. There we go. So it doesn't look so artificial. So pull that back a bit. Do it on this side as well. Yeah, it doesn't look so artificial, even though it is kind of artificial. And look at that. Wonderful. Spins round, off it goes. So we're really not seeing that much traffic in terms of vehicle traffic, which is a good sign. So I'm hoping that they now understand that they can go to their closest cargo terminal, ship the goods out. Here comes a boat right now. Spins round, drops off the goods, off it sails out. Wonderful. So I'm hoping that now kind of booms business slightly, to be honest with you. Hoping it now starts to boom a little business as we now have these abilities to kind of get rid of goods a whole lot easier. That leaves the train line going further up to wherever it may go. I don't fully know just yet. How much are we making from our industry then? So let's switch over to it. 20% of the total income in Woodville is coming from the industries. It's nice that we got a little bit extra money coming from the unique factories. Not really making much profit off the actual industry itself. Now that could be that we need to make more of these production buildings. So let's go back down to the dirt. Let's extend this down slightly. Now we'll come off this. So I'll come out so far. We'll come out by 20. And we'll kind of then create a little bit of a bend there to kind of go with that natural flow. And this here, I think we'll just kind of make the whole thing a little bit of a natural bend. And then just kind of stick out normally. So we'll go by 15 there. We'll go by 15 there to kind of end that little section. So it's uniform, but it's not uniformed lines. And then with the actual forest industry, we'll go with some large tree saplings to begin with. So I think I'll throw these down kind of like a couple dotted on the arch. So one there, one there. And we won't do any more of that. We'll do like the smaller ones slightly to fill in those little gaps. So they're all the sapling ones. Then we'll take a look at the actual tree plantation. So one there, one there, one there. And then we've got the larger versions as well, which we'll throw in one just here. Now it seems quite excessive that I placed so many more down to what we've normally got. But we do need to ramp up the production of the raw resources. So that drops all that down. Fits in quite nice. You can't really tell that much, can you? Because it's like within the dense forest. Woodville Inc. is now up to 1,000, potentially 1,700 workers, which will start making us some sweet cash. And in terms of 25% it went up to there in how much revenue we were making. So it's weird because it says we're not making profit there, but when I clicked on this, okay, no, we're not making profit. So I'll wait until it actually says that we are making profit. It all depends on when we're doing the exports. But that will be interesting to then see from the economical standpoint how it's going on. So we go, some money exported there. I just missed it again. I just missed it again. Wow, look at the profit coming from the unique factories. That's ridiculous. 20,000. 34% of all our revenue right now is coming from it. That place was making bank. And that's because I think we just had a load of ships might have exported the goods out. So trains aren't tripping over one another. So I don't care what you say about how messy this junction looks or how weird it looks or how unnecessary it is. Trains are not tripping over one another. So from that standpoint, it's efficient. And it allows the traffic to pass through as normal. No issues. Good stuff. Ships coming in beautifully. We've got over 1 million in the bank right now, and we've got a lot of demand coming in. So that can only mean good things for us, right? It only should. So if I get rid of the traffic lights just there, so they flow in a little bit more freely, and we're on to something right now. So I think next episode then, we'll continue the expansions around this area. Now, I do want this to be my little downtown vibed area, where buildings start to become a little bit more high density. That will enable me to place in a few more little landmark buildings and whatnot. We'll get all these roads connected over. Should be all good. And then we will be fully rocking and a-rolling. Right, tons of money's coming in right there. Yeah, we're making profit there. It depends when you catch it. We got a lot of expenses, but we should be able to kind of solve that as time goes on. But it's pretty dope, mate. No, but it's still, that's another thing as well you got to remember. I'm checking all this stuff. Because I got the day and night cycle turned off, you can't really tell. It is almost midnight on a Saturday, where no one works on a Saturday. Well, some people do. But come Monday, which we'll see next episode in the game, that's when we'll see the true figure of how much we're actually earning. But the fact that we haven't dipped into negative money shows you that we're now self-sufficient. So we could probably go a little bit more elaborate and creative with the builds, because I'm not worried too much about the money side of things. So on that note, guys, we're going to end over here. Hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.